Hello, and a warm, heartfelt welcome to everyone joining me today. I am Dr. Caroline Bennett. Today we are going to have a very intimate and essential conversation. We are going to talk about a transition that every single woman will navigate, yet one that is often met with silence, confusion, and unnecessary suffering. We are going to talk about menopause. I want to speak directly to the women watching this. I know what you might be going through. I know the frustration of waking up at 3 a.m., drenched in sweat, throwing off the covers while your partner sleeps soundly beside you. I know the embarrassment of a sudden hot flash in the middle of a business meeting, feeling that rising heat creep up your neck and turn your face crimson. I know the brain fog that makes you feel like you are losing your edge, and the sudden mood swings that make you feel like a stranger in your own body. For too long, society has treated menopause as a disease to be fixed or a decline to be feared. But as a physician dedicated to longevity and functional health, I see it differently. Menopause is a biological rite of passage. It is a recalibration. However, that doesn't mean you have to suffer through the symptoms. You do not have to just grin and bear it. While hormone replacement therapy, HRT, is a valid and life-changing option for many, I know that many of you are looking for natural alternatives. You want to know what the earth provides to help balance your changing internal landscape. You want to know if there are teas, herbs, or foods that can act as a bridge over these turbulent waters. Today, I am going to open my herbal medicine cabinet. We are going to look at the science behind two specific, powerful botanicals, sage and red clover, that have been used for centuries to cool the body and stabilize hormones. We will also discuss the dietary triggers that are secretly turning up your internal thermostat, and the cooling protocol I prescribe to my patients to help them sleep through the night. To understand how to fix the symptoms, we first need to understand the mechanism. Why do you get hot flashes? It isn't just hormones. It is a specific glitch in your brain's thermostat. Deep in your brain, there is a region called the hypothalamus. This is your body's control center for temperature. It decides if you are too hot or too cold. Estrogen is a key regulator of the hypothalamus. It acts like a soothing balm, keeping the thermostat stable. When you enter perimenopause and menopause, your estrogen levels begin to fluctuate wildly and then drop. Without that estrogenic cushion, the hypothalamus becomes hypersensitive. It starts misfiring. It perceives a slight change in environment, a warm room, a sip of coffee, a moment of stress, as a massive threat of overheating. It hits the panic button. It dilates your blood vessels to release heat, the flush, and it triggers your sweat glands, the sweat. It is a false alarm, but the physical reaction is very real. Our goal with natural medicine is to soothe this hypersensitive thermostat and provide gentle, plant-based support that mimics the stabilizing effect of estrogen. Let's talk about our first botanical hero, sage, Salvia officinalis. You probably know sage as the savory herb you put in Thanksgiving stuffing or roast chicken. But in the world of phytotherapy, sage is known as the master cooler. It is the gold standard herbal remedy for hyperhidrosis, excessive sweating, and specifically for menopausal hot flashes. How does it work? Sage contains powerful volatile oils, like thujone, and tannins. But more importantly, it has a unique ability to modulate neurotransmitters in the brain, specifically acetylcholine. By influencing these chemical messengers, sage acts directly on the thermoregulatory center of the hypothalamus. It essentially tells your brain, calm down. We are not overheating. You don't need to sweat. Clinical studies have been remarkable. Research published in journals like Advances in Therapy has shown that taking a concentrated sage extract can reduce the frequency of hot flashes by up to 50% within 4 weeks, and up to 64% within 8 weeks. Even more impressively, it significantly reduces the intensity of the flashes. Instead of a raging fire, it becomes a mild flicker. How to use sage? You can drink it as a tea, but for therapeutic results, you need a high concentration. The tea method. If you have mild symptoms, steep 1 tablespoon of fresh sage leaves, or 1 teaspoon dried, in a cup of hot water. Cover it. This is crucial to keep the volatile oils from evaporating. And let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes. Drink this 3 times a day. Ideally, drink it cool, not piping hot. The extract method. For moderate to severe night sweats, I recommend a standardized sage extract in capsule or tincture form. Look for a product that is specifically formulated for menopause. Dr. Bennett's tip. Sage is particularly effective for night sweats. If you wake up soaked, try taking a dose of sage extract with your dinner. It helps keep the thermostat stable during the critical deep sleep cycles. Safety note. Sage is generally safe, but because it contains thujone, it should not be taken in massive doses, like essential oil internally, for long periods if you have epilepsy or high blood pressure. Stick to culinary amounts or standardized supplements. Now let's move to our second hero, Red Clover Trifolium pratense. If sage is the thermostat regulator, Red Clover is the hormonal mimic. Red clover is a legume, a cousin of beans and peas. It grows wild in fields, easily recognized by its beautiful pink-purple flower heads. The magic of red clover lies in its high concentration of isoflavones. Isoflavones are a class of phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds that have a chemical structure strikingly similar to human estrogen. When you consume red clover, these isoflavones travel through your bloodstream and dock onto the estrogen receptors in your body. However, they are weak estrogens. They don't have the potent cell-multiplying effect of your own hormones, but they are strong enough to trick the body into thinking it has a little more estrogen than it actually does. This estrogenic cushion helps to smooth out the sharp drops in hormone levels that trigger symptoms. It provides a gentle lift. Bone health. One of the biggest risks of menopause is osteoporosis. Estrogen protects bone density. When estrogen drops, bones become brittle. Studies suggest that the isoflavones in red clover can help slow down bone loss and improve bone mineral density. Cardiovascular health. Estrogen is also protective of the heart. Red clover has been shown in some studies to improve arterial flexibility and help manage cholesterol levels, specifically lowering LDL, bad cholesterol. How to use red clover. Red clover is most effective as an infusion or a standardized supplement providing 40 mg to 80 mg of isoflavones per day. The infusion. Red clover flowers make a sweet, pleasant tea. Steep 2 teaspoons of dried flowers in a cup of hot water for 15 minutes. It pairs beautifully with mint or lemon balm. The supplement. This is often more practical for ensuring you get the active isoflavones daily. Critical safety warning. Because red clover contains coumarins, natural blood thinners, and has estrogenic activity, you must be careful. Do not use it if you are taking blood-thinning medication like warfarin. Consult your oncologist if you have a history of estrogen-positive breast cancer or uterine cancer. While dietary phytoestrogens are often considered safe, concentrated supplements occupy a gray area and require personalized medical clearance. Now that we have covered what to take, we must talk about what to avoid. You cannot out-supplement a diet that is actively triggering your symptoms. I call these the 4 horsemen of the hot flash. These are the 4 things that will immediately spike your body temperature and trigger a reaction. 1. Alcohol. I know many women enjoy a glass of wine to unwind, but alcohol is a potent vasodilator. It expands your blood vessels, rushing warm blood to the surface of your skin. It also disrupts the REM sleep cycle. Alcohol is the #1 trigger for night sweats. Try eliminating it for 2 weeks and see if your sleep improves. The difference is often night and day. 2. Caffeine. Caffeine stimulates the central nervous system and raises your heart rate. It puts your body in a state of fight or flight, which sensitizes the hypothalamus. If you are struggling with flashes, switch to decaf or herbal tea, especially after 12 p.m. 3. Spicy foods. This is simple biology. Capsaicin, the heat molecule in chili peppers, triggers the same heat receptors in the body that are already overactive during a hot flash. Eating a spicy curry is like throwing gasoline on a fire. 4. Sugar and insulin spikes. When you eat a high-sugar meal, your insulin spikes, followed by a blood sugar crash. This crash triggers a release of cortisol and adrenaline, stress hormones. This surge of adrenaline can instantly trigger a hot flash. Keeping your blood sugar stable with protein and healthy fats is one of the best ways to keep your temperature stable. So, what should you be eating? I prescribe the cooling protocol. This is based on both nutritional science and the principles of Ayurveda, which views menopause as a time of high pitta, fire, energy. 1. Water-rich foods. Think about foods that hydrate from the inside out. Cucumber, melon, celery, zucchini, and leafy greens. These foods are physically cooling and full of electrolytes. 2. Ground flax seeds. Flax seeds are the richest dietary source of lignans, another type of phytoestrogen. 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds a day, in a smoothie or on yogurt, can help modulate estrogen levels and improve digestion. 3. Healthy fats. Your hormones are made of fat. If you are on a low-fat diet, you are starving your hormonal system. Incorporate avocados, olive oil, and especially omega-3 rich foods like salmon and walnuts. Omega-3s are anti-inflammatory and support brain health, reducing the brain fog associated with menopause. 4. Vitamin E. Often overlooked, vitamin E is powerful for reducing the severity of hot flashes. It is an antioxidant that protects cell membranes. You can find it in sunflower seeds, almonds, and spinach. 5. Magnesium glycinate. This is my favorite mineral for menopausal women. Magnesium is the relaxation mineral. It helps to calm the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality. Taking 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate before bed can help prevent those 3 a.m. awakenings and reduce muscle cramps. Finally, we must talk about the lifestyle factor. Stress management. When you are stressed, your body produces cortisol. Cortisol competes with progesterone. As your progesterone levels naturally drop during perimenopause, high stress will steal the little progesterone you have left to make more cortisol. This makes your hormonal imbalance significantly worse. You must find a way to signal safety to your body. Breathwork. Slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing, pacing your breath to 6 breaths per minute, has been shown in studies to reduce hot flash frequency by lowering sympathetic nervous system arousal. Layering. This is practical advice. Dress in layers. Use natural fibers like cotton, linen, or bamboo. Avoid synthetic polyester, which traps heat and moisture against the skin. The cooling bedroom. Keep your bedroom like a cave. Cool, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius. Dark and quiet. Use a fan. The sensation of moving air on your face can stop a hot flash in its tracks. My dear friends, menopause is not the end of your vitality. It is a transition into a new phase of power and wisdom. But you cannot navigate it with the same tools you used in your 20s. Your body is asking for different fuel, different rest, and different support. By using allies like sage and red clover, by eliminating the triggers that inflame you, and by nourishing your body with cooling, stabilizing foods, you can turn down the heat. You can reclaim your sleep. You can clear the fog. I want you to try incorporating just one of these changes this week. Maybe it's the sage tea. Maybe it's cutting out the evening glass of wine. Observe your body. Listen to it. It will tell you what works. If this video has given you hope and practical tools to navigate this transition, please leave a like and share it with the women in your life, your sisters, your friends, your daughters. Let's break the silence and support each other through this journey. I am Dr. Caroline Bennett. My mission is to give you the science to live longer, stronger, and more vibrantly. Stay cool, stay empowered, and I will see you in the next video.